everybody, she's named Kate and welcome back to the channel. Today I am dragged out good old Beatrix out of the garage and we're gonna run some errands. But today, this video is gonna be just a life update. What's been happening, what's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop with what the channel's looking like for 2024. So if you're interested, keep watching, we'll hop on the bike, let's go for a ride.
Oh yes! I forget how much I absolutely love Beatrix. Right guys, I said I'd take you along with me to run my errands and give you guys a little bit of a life update. So guys and girls, it's March 2024. We're starting the third month of the year. What the heck? Time is flying, and oh boy have we got some exciting plans for the channel this year. So this year has been kind of busy already. Lots of gravel everywhere. That's not particularly nice. So the first cool thing of the year that happened was I got invited to the launch of Triumph's new 400s. Now that was pretty awesome, I can't lie. Riding round Valencia on little whippersnappers, the new 400 range, the Speed and the Scrambler 400X. Oh, it was so much fun. And then, straight after that, it was the Suzuki GSX 8R launch, and that was in Seville, pretty much 3 days after. So again, I got to rip around on track on the GSX 8R and on the road as well, and the roads we took were absolutely gorgeous, and riding on track was such a great experience. Hayabusa! Especially as I got to ride around with my good friend Grace, who I think the world of, Grace Webb. I'm sure you guys know her. In fact, your kids might know her more than you because she is a child's TV presenter and she is just so good at it. She's literally amazing. So I was lucky enough to take part on those launches. So much fun, had an absolute blast. And then I've got a few launches lined up for March and April. It's pretty launch heavy to tell you the truth, specifically March. So in March I have a launch for Michelin, which should be interesting. We're trying 3 of their newest tyres. Again, that's a bit of road work, a bit of track work, and I'm actually on track with Chopsy. Recipe for disaster. So I've said to him, look Chops, you can head out, you can go. I'll wait till you're halfway around the track and then I'll set off. Alright, sound like a deal? Sound like a plan? Yeah, keeps me in one piece then. Keeps the red mist from coming down and getting all competitive. But no, I'm really excited for that. I always love catching up with Chopsy. He is just goated, and he's one of the most lovely men that you could ever meet, to be quite truthful. Then straight after that, I'm going doing something with Honda on track with their CBR 650R and the CBR 600RR, and that's at Portimao. I always get grief for saying Portimao. People say not Porta Ketchup. Can't pronounce it very well, I'm northern, you've got to let me off, right? So yeah, a bit of track time with Honda. And then another launch in March, we've got the BMW dealer launch where YouTubers have been invited, so we get to ride the F900 GS off-road, the R1290, the R12, and the other new GSs like the F900 GSA. So yeah, lots of launches planned. Oh, and then in April, riding the new Himalayan 450 at the launch in Sardinia. I've never been to Sardinia before. I thought it was like actually part of Italy, but it is its own island in fact, so that's amazing. I can't wait to go there and see what the place is like. Gosh, I can't believe it's 2 years since I went full-time self-employment on the YouTube content creation front. In fact, yeah, we'll go right. I can't believe where the time's gone. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about full-time self-employment on the YouTube front in this video, but it wouldn't be possible without sponsorship, because YouTube, they're stingy, man, unless you're in the millions of views. So that actually leads me on to shouting out a company that have actually sponsored this exact video. How exciting. Now, I am extremely picky with who I do business with and who I allow to put ads on my channel, because I care about my audience first and foremost. But when these guys reached out to me, it actually really aligned with me, because it's a product that I actually already use and was introduced to in 2020. So with that said, I'd like to say a massive shout out to Readly for sponsoring this video. Now, for those of you who don't know who Readly are or what Readly are a digital online newspaper and magazine subscription-based service. It is an app that you download, and it gives you access to thousands of magazines and newspapers, and I'm talking like several thousand. Now, my patron and good friend Mike Hassel actually introduced Readly to me when we were all stuck in our houses and not allowed to nip out unless it was for essentials. I dread to speak of that time again. But he introduced me to the app, and to be quite honest, it kept me sane, and it also helped from like my job perspective, because I can read so many motorcycle related magazines. It's awesome. But yeah, during that time I was reading MCN, I was reading Motorcycle Sport and Leisure, Fast Bikes. Like, I was pretty shocked at the choice that there was on there for motorcyclists, because usually they've got everything. They've got the generic, you know, girly mags, you've got your football related stuff, all that jazz, but there was so much stuff on there about motorcycles that I just filled my boots. Now, Readly does have some pretty cool functions. For example, if I want to read an MCN magazine, you can literally read backdated ones from 2014 if you want to. And that's great, I think, because not everybody has money for the latest brand spanking new models that are coming out, but they might be interested in, say, a bike that came out in 2014. So I really like that feature of being able to go back in time and read something that was published years ago. And then another feature which is particularly great for me with these launches that have been going on, it's the offline mode. So you can download the articles, the full magazines, and when you're sat on the aeroplane with aeroplane mode switched on, you can read what articles you've kind of prepared for yourself. So I really like that. So I asked Readly, I said, what's in it for my audience? They said, well, it's funny you should say that. We'll actually give you your own link where people can sign up and they get 2 months free and they can cancel at any time. Now, I'm going to put that link in the description below and also in my pinned comment as well. So you guys are probably thinking, well, how much is it? If you own a GS like me, it's basically the price of 2 Starbucks iced frapper choo-choo latte matetes, you know? So yeah, don't forget to try that link if you're interested in trying out Readly for yourself. Like I say, you can cancel anytime within them 2 months and they won't charge you. I like your bike. It's nice. I thought it wasn't supposed to rain. See you later, mate. So if you guys frequently watch my channel, you'll know that for 2024 I've managed to make some real good working relationships with some really stellar dealerships. So last year, as you guys know, I was doing a bit getting my bikes off Halliwell Jones Motorrad in Chester, and then we got Yamaha on the channel, so that is through Paddock Motorcycles in Congleton. And then most recently started doing a bit with KD Motorcycles as well for Kawasaki, KTM, Royal Alloy and Vosges. So hopefully I'm not going to be shy of variety on the channel, and I've covered this actually in one of my videos, but I'm going to reiterate in case you haven't seen it. I know there's a fair few skeptics out there that think, well, you know, you're borrowing bikes from dealerships, your reviews are going to be biased. Thankfully, the dealerships that I work with know that I have to be honest about what I feel about a bike. I stipulated that to them and none of them had an issue with it. Ultimately, my relationship with you guys sat at home or behind your phone or your telly right now watching this, my relationship with you guys is everything to me, and I don't want to do anything that'll cheese you guys off. So, I mean, in my life, I've always tried to handle myself with a bit of integrity, authenticity, a strong work ethic, and I'm so sure that that'll be able to shine through when I do these reviews. So yeah, I'm just trying to set my stall out this year for lots of content for you guys. Now, I'm not daft, I do check out the analytics of my channel and I do try and see, you know, what are these guys interested in? What do they want to see from me? I mean, ultimately, I'll post what I love, because if I stop posting what I love, then it becomes a chore, and I can't be having it a chore, else I'll hate filming it, I'll hate editing it, and you guys will hate watching it as well, which is never good. So, just putting it out there, I know there's a lot of people that hate doing the reviews, the bike reviews, but they do it because they want the views. The views are nice, but I genuinely love reviewing motorcycles. I feel so lucky and so blessed that little old me, average Jane Blogs, gets to hop on bikes, ramble on about what she likes and doesn't like, and gets to call that a job. That's ridiculous. So I really, really love bringing reviews, and not just like a one-off review, like follow-ups and things that I like, and if I get to use something continuously for a bit, you know, exploring my thoughts after having it in the garage for a little longer than just a quick blip. Like, I love filming that stuff and giving it to you. But one thing that I've noticed that has been proving quite popular on the channel is my little escapades, my little camping trips with the gals, or my little ride out with Lily when we went on a little trip. Like, you guys also seem to really like that, and I ain't gonna complain, because I love filming that kind of stuff, because I just get a holiday or a little breakaway with my girls. So yeah, I'm hoping to bring you guys a lot more of that this year. Also, obviously still doing as much as I can with my partner Mike, who is, you know, pretty much just as much username Kate as I am for the amount of stuff he does behind the scenes for this channel. And obviously I'd love to do some more stuff with username Dad and username Sis. In fact, my sister still works in travel, and I'm really, really hoping that she can get a chance to stay in a haunted hotel, because I would love to do that with her. I think we'd wind ourselves up somewhat rotten, and I think it'd just be great. For 2024, we've still got bike reviews coming, we've still got adventure motor camping trips with friends, with sister, with dad, with Mike. I'd really like to do a Patreon meetup this year. I think I might, you know, just have one somewhere like Cafe in a Machine, or just somewhere pretty nice, and everyone can just meet up in the summer, just ride in, just all have a laugh, eat some good grub, and then tootle off home at the end of the day. Like, I'd love to do something like that, so I think I might get my thinking cap on. Guys, I'll be attending lots of open days as well, or demo days, from Halliwell Jones, Panic Motorcycles, KD Motorcycles. There'll be lots on, so keep an eye on my social media, because there might just be something on that's local to you, which would be pretty cool if you can attend. So, full-time YouTubing, 2 years in, and one of the big questions that I get from strangers, and they usually say, I'm sorry to start with such a upfront and abrasive question, but are you making enough money to survive? Well, I'm breathing, aren't I? No, people are just genuinely curious about whether me doing this full time can actually, you know, keep me alive, keep the mortgage paid. I get that guys and girls are interested. It's not really like a common job, is it? So the short answer is yes. We're surviving, we're paying bills, we're managing to put food on our plates, and I'm managing to buy my cat Jasper Dreamies, which is just mega important to me, because that little fluff ball is everything to me. And by me saying that, I understand that people might think, oh, well, if she can do it, it's mega easy. Whoa. I need to be transparent to shed a light on what kind of has led up to the point of me being able to do this. So I saw that recently the Missing and Flyer put out a very transparent post about his earnings over the 12 years that he's been doing it. And I'll tell you for a start, mine is nowhere near that, and I mean nowhere near that, but he has a lot more subscribers and a lot more views than I do. But the difference between me and the lovely Andy is Andy has been used to well-paying jobs. I haven't. I have always learned to live on not a lot and be ridiculously happy with what I have got. And I'm not saying that Andy isn't like that, because Andy strikes me that he is very much like that, a very appreciative individual. He's lovely. I met him and Wifey at the ABR Festival. I've met him briefly in the past, but the ABR Festival was the first proper time, and I have nothing but wonderful things to say about that couple. I think they're amazing humans, to be quite frank. But yeah, unlike Andy, I've always had pretty low paying jobs. I've always been kind of in the motorbike industry. Well, I haven't, but it was when I started working in the motorbike industry I thought, I'm going to have to get used to not earning a lot, because, you know, it's more of like a passion for me, and that is the price of doing what you love, and that is the price of working with your passion, that, you know, I'm never going to earn the big bucks. It also helps I have a partner of 10 years, Mike. He is a streamer. If you guys are familiar with Twitch, his profile is Mike_Pie. On Instagram, he's Mike_Pie_on_Twitch. So Mike Pie on Twitch. And Mike is like me. He doesn't need a lot to survive. We live very frugally. We make very tight, risk-averse financial decisions. We also live up north, and there's a lot to be said about living up north. Our mortgage is the price of a packet of crisps. Everything's a lot cheaper up here, and also I had a decent enough financial pillow before I made the jump, so that if things weren't picking up at the speed that I wanted to, if the money wasn't coming in as quick as I'd like, we had a bit of a cushion, because I was the only one that worked kind of through the lockdown era, and I was commission based, so when it's just you selling bikes, you know, there's a funnel and you're catching all the commission. So because of that, I was very much able to save up and have a nice little buffer for if it kind of went wrong. I've never been one to live hand to mouth. I'm very frugal, I'm very tight. You know, we've never been ones to live hand to mouth because we're not overcommitted with what we pay out. If we don't need something, we won't have it. We've never had fancy cars on finance, so hence we don't have to pay the nose through insurance for said fancy cars. I had a car that cost me £2,000 and I had it for 7 years and I barely spent anything on it maintenance wise. Now quick math would suggest that was a pretty good investment, whereas somebody could have a fancy car, because that's their prerogative, and be spending £450 on payments and probably the same if not more on insurance, you know. So these are all things that we have just not had, we've not divulged in, we've not splurged, and we've just saved, and it put us in this position. Ooh. Yes, boy! Well, didn't that just sound sexy? Sounded pretty damn gorgeous. So yeah, step one of going full time on YouTube, be tight as cramp. There's a reason I always get cramp, because I'm tight. Yeah, being tight as cramp makes life easier when your finances aren't consistent, should we say. So of course, channel sponsors are a massive help in keeping afloat when it comes to finances. Of course, as you guys know, we have the channel sponsor Bikeshare. I have custom fit guards as well. If you guys are in the market for earplugs, if you use the code KATE10, you get 10% off. And we have just taken on for 2024 Canary Motorcycle Tours. Whoop whoop. Now you guys will have seen Canary Motorcycle Tours on Teapot One's channel, on Andy the Missing and Flyers channel. Me and Mike are the third musketeers to join in having the channel sponsored by Canary Motorcycle Tours. Now I have been putting out Canary Motorcycle Tour videos. We went to Gran Canaria to do their trip and it was amazing. I've still got some bits to share. I think we've still got days 4 and 5 left to share. So yeah, still got some Canary Motorcycle Tour content being fed onto the channel through the next few months. But I tell you what, if they didn't sponsor us, I would go back. 100% I would go back, and I would do their other tours as well, because me and Mike aren't really tour people usually. We like to be left to our own devices. We like to be free birds and float around like butterflies doing our own thing. But the tour isn't like that. You just feel like you're riding with your mate. Like Martin and Jose are just ace. We've got Ken and we've got Joy, and they're just lovely people. So you don't feel like you're on a regimented group tour. You just feel like you're going on a ride out with your mates, where the lead rider can actually ride extremely well and knows all the best places for coffee and food. And I love the fact that in the evenings you can just go and do what you want. If you want to socialise, you can. If you don't, if you want to stay in your hotel room and read a book or go and walk around Gran Canaria, you can do what you want. Big shout out to those guys for sponsoring the channel. And then finally on the channel, hopefully we're going to be getting, you know, a few little things to try out, a few little products here and there. Definitely know that I really want to try the new Cardo Edge with Mike because of its group intercom recording settings, because I think that'd be massively helpful on our trips so that I don't have to subtitle his quiet voice. But it isn't currently possible with the Freecom 4 Plus that I have. and Mike's got a pack torque bolt, so yeah, it would be cool to sample 2 edges. If you guys are interested in unboxings and stuff like that, I know I did an unboxing of all the Nox stuff that we got for Gran Canaria, which I still use because I'm sorry, how cool are these gloves? If you liked that kind of unboxing style, or you want to see what me and Mike wear when we go for rides in, you know, different conditions, let me know and I'll produce some videos like that. And then finally, I do get a few people that say, what is next for you and Mike for your own bike for 2024? Are you going to be swayed by the new R1300 GS, which I bloody love, by the way? I've ridden it more recently and I've got some videos to come, and yeah, really like that bike. I also fell in love with the 1290R, and it would have been the perfect opportunity to buy one whilst they're being phased out in favour of the new 1390 Super Ducar and Evo. There are a lot of things that I want, but there are things that I can't justify. And also, I'm so attached to Beatrix, and Mike absolutely loves this bike, and I've kind of decided that ultimately I'd love to pay Beatrix off and just be that person that has an R1200 GS that has like 90,000 miles on it, you know? Oh, I think someone's blown a head gasket. Let's get out of that white smoke. I say I'm not one to, you know, have any finance payments or anything like that. I do make exceptions with my bikes, but I also don't overcommit myself. I budget things for worst case scenario, and if I think I can afford it based on worst case scenario, then I'll get it. And I could get this because I was working at a BMW dealership at the time. I got a banging deal on it. Yeah, can't complain. So yeah guys, I just wanted to connect with you. If there's any specific bikes you'd like to see on the channel, or any kind of, you know, certain trips, let me know in the comments, of course. Gosh, it's nice to be back on Beatrix. I've missed the old girl, I've missed her. But yeah guys, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys that watch, that tune in, that keep the views, you know, ticking on and rolling up. Thank you to everybody that comments on my videos. Even thank you to you nasty people who, you know, are actually really horrible on my videos. I just really want you to know that you don't affect me in the slightest, and you contribute to my growth. So thank you so much. Here's a fist pump. Big thank you to everybody who likes, comments, shares, subscribes, chats about my channel down at the pub with your biker mates. Like, I appreciate you guys. Next level. Right guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Until the next one, take care and ride safe. Bye.